Recently, I seen a little question or quiz going around Tumblr again. Which one is better, Once Upon a Time or House of Mouse? And I thought that was the weirdest kind of question to ask. But they didn't just leave it at that. They asked who handled the characters better. And I think that's an interesting question to raise. But a lot of people are forgetting something very important. Once Upon a Time is a great show. I watch it when I can. I love the characters, love the story. Fantastic. But the thing is, Once Upon a Time isn't taking Disney characters and putting their own spin on it. They're taking characters that were already established and made. They're not taking Disney stories, they're taking fairy tales. That's what's important. They may draw some inspirations from Disney, but you have to remember that these characters existed before Disney found them. Mulan was a story first, Beauty and the Beast. These were all original stories at some point, and Disney took them to make their own versions. So to say that Once Upon a Time is redoing Disney just seems kind of weird to me because they're not. They're redoing fairy tales as it is. That said, I love House of Mouse too. That was one of my favorite shows. I was incredibly disappointed when they took it off the air, but I love watching it again on YouTube and other channels. And for those of you who haven't seen it, honestly, you really need to look it up. It's such a fun concept, and it's a great way of bringing together generations of old films and new films together. So let's pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. House of Mouse was a short-lived cartoon show where the idea was Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, the whole Sensational Six gang and others are running a nightclub. Yes, a nightclub where cartoons of all films and TV shows come to see cartoon shows. It's an easy concept on the surface, but it was a lot of fun. Mickey was the host. Minnie guided people, made appointments. Daisy helped people to their seats. Donald was greeting people. Max was a waiter. No, Max was Goofy, who was the waiter. My mistake. Though Max was a waiter for one episode. Max helped with the cars. And it was pretty fun. It got Horace and Clarabelle some spotlight again, which had been given away for so long. Gave them more definite personalities. And something I thought was pretty interesting was that they showed Clarabelle liking two guys at the same time, Goofy and Horace, with those feelings reciprocated. So that was kind of interesting, kind of funny. They had characters not just from the classic Disney canons, but they also had abandoned movies, that's what I like to call them. They had homages to The Black Cauldron. They had short cameos from Pepper Ann. So it was very clever. It was very fun. And a lot of times sometimes they even showed black and white tunes for a special episode. So it was such a good way to show some Disney history too. Pete was there. The Phantom Lot was there. Ludwig was there. Scrooge was there. The Huey, Dewey, and Louie were there. Even for one time, April, May, and June, Daisy's long-lost, forgotten nieces were there once. And it was so much fun to watch. I think if Disney wants to do another project with the mice, with the Sensational Six and others, they really should try that again. Maybe not a sequel, but something with the same idea, bringing all these universes together for one fun ride. They even had direct-to-video movies, which I recommend seeing if you can't find them on YouTube. They have one where the villains take over the house, and it has a pretty catchy song. Not gonna lie, a disappointing ending, but a pretty catchy song. But I don't want to say one is better than the other. I don't think House of Mouse is better than Once Upon a Time. I don't think Once Upon a Time is better than House of Mouse, because these are two radically different shows, and they are handling their characters in radically different ways. One is pure comedy, and the other is a drama. So you really can't compare the two, because it's impossible. I think you should enjoy each show for its own merit, and enjoy each show for how they take characters and give them their own interpretation. Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Cinderella, These classic things existed long before Disney even existed, before Walt was born. We need to appreciate that and realize that the fairy tales don't belong to Disney. They belong to everybody, and everyone is free to make their own interpretations. There is no right or wrong way to do it. That's the fun of retelling a story. So, I guess to wrap this up, if you're looking for fairy tales with drama, with romance, with plots, twists, and turns, then go see Once Upon a Time. If you're looking for lots of good laughs with classic characters in situations you never thought you'd see them with, like Beast dating Cruella or Hades trying to get love advice from Mickey, then I definitely recommend House of Mouse. They're both great shows. So look on YouTube, ask your friends, try and expand your world a little, and have some fun.